Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, the Drafted Up podcast. It's week 7. We're going to go through the week 7 games. We got our plays of the week. That's Nick. I'm Theo. This is the Drafted Up podcast. You know where to find us. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you watch or listen. We'll be there. Like, rate, subscribe, review, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Nicholas, how you doing this fine, very cold Friday night?
Freezing in my room, dude. I may or may not have took a nap. I'm not gonna lie to everyone. After work, I'm exhausted. But I had the AC bumping. I got a fan bumping. It's freaking like 40 degrees outside. It's freezing in here, dude. I'm chilly. But I'm ready to talk some ball, baby.
Yeah. It's been so cold here that we actually put the heat on today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's never that cold. Let me tell you something.
No, it was so cold this morning when I got up that I was uncomfortable. It was like 55 degrees in the house. Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
That cold.
It was a little too cold for me, and that's saying something, because I love the cold, but yeah. How about that Thursday night game? Should have listened to my gut and picked the Bengals. And they went out here. The icy hot bowl shootout, 33-31. Bengals game-winning field goal. Evan McPherson. If you have him, and you play kickers. He had a great game.
How about our boy Chase Brown?
Yeah, 100 yards.
100 yards.
I put him on the bench in every league I got him.
I agree.
He's on my bench.
I benched him in every single league I have him in.
But I'm not mad about it. Usually I'd be like, no. Of course, but nah. This is the step in the right direction for our first ever fantasy joint darling, Chase Brown, back in. He's going to be my start of the week next week. I don't know who the Bengals are playing. I don't even know if the Bengals play next week. He'll be in. He'll be in.
He'll be in, he says.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, it was good to see T. Higgins getting involved. Jamar Chase with 20-some targets. Jalen Warren looked great on the Pittsburgh side. Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdowns, and DK Metcalf shit the bed. So
he had a nice little catch. I was expecting way more from DK for sure. He had a touchdown in like 3 or 4 straight games, so I was a little let down.
Chase Brown playing the New York Jets.
Hey, we'll get to that quick. Let me tell you something.
All right. Yeah, so plays of the week today. Then we'll run through the week 7 slate. Nick's birthday, week 7.
Yeah. Birthday week. Yeah, for sure.
So, some news, Terry McLaurin out. Mm-hmm. George Kittle, he's going to be back this week. Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy out. Deebo Samuel might not play. Zach Ertz is questionable. We'll get into all that in those games. Brock Bowers was ruled out as well. Trying to fly through this. DJ Moore's questionable. He had the weird groin injury. Jacoby Myers also probably not going to play on Sunday. That's tells me
he's going to get traded.
He might be getting traded. Yeah. Injury flared up late in the week. I don't trust it.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of teams that would really fit a need for Jacoby Myers, like Buffalo, New England, the Giants. There are a good amount of temes that could really use that kind of help, and I think he's on his last year of his deal, so essentially just a nice rent-me deal.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Anything else? We're just jumping right into week 7. Plays of the week.
Yeah, man. No, let's just jump in, and if there's any more news that pops up, we'll do them when we get to their games.
All right, our plays of the week, our W Energy plays of the week. W Energy. Someone ate the dub. It's me. Back-to-back weeks. I'm back in it, baby. 2-3-1 on the season. That means Nick's 3-2-1. Nick has outscored me, though. He's got 371 points to my 340. So starting to close the gap there. But the W Energy plays of the week. W Energy, clean, efficient energy, jitterless, no artificial dyes, no flavors, none of that stuff. So one of us is going to be better this week. Nick, started off. Who's your quarterback? Play of the week.
Going a little bit risky here, but I like it because of the matchup. And it's Bryce Young versus the New York Jets. The Jets are the 22nd worst fantasy football defense for quarterbacks, so it's a juicy matchup for Bryce. Last week, he was quarterback 12 versus Dallas. He had 3 touchdowns. Didn't put up a lot of yards, but that's been his whole season. He's only put up 300 yards once all season. That was week 2 when he was quarterback 8. I fully expect something like a week 2 performance versus Arizona or a week 6 performance versus Dallas. I made the joke to you that I'm just going to pick all the Carolina Panthers for my starts of the week because the Jets are abysmal. The Jets are, in my eyes, the worst team in football. They're worse than the Tennessee Titans. They're worse than the Saints. All of those bad teams. It's the Jets. The Jets are an absolute joke. The way they handled their game last week, I laughed the whole way through. It was hysterical. But I fully expect Carolina Panthers to go into New York and deliver a phenomenal performance this week. Obviously, Justin Fields could do what he does and show up in the fourth quarter, but he's not going to be there in the first, the second, or the third. Their offense is abysmal. Their defense is abysmal.
No Garrett Wilson.
Oh my God, dude. I am so excited to watch Justin Field have no targets and him just get mollywopped for 4 quarters, dude. I've seen Chris Long talking about it today that if he dies and goes to heaven, his heaven would be playing the New York Jets offensive line every single day he wakes up because it's not an offensive line. This team is a legitimate joke.
They've invested so many high draft picks on that line.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're still like Fashanu, first year as a full-time starter, Membu, rookie as well. And Vera Tucker being out doesn't help.
It's either. It hurts.
But yeah, and in favor of Bryce Young, he gets a safety valve back in that passing game. Jalen Coker, dude, making his season debut here for the Carolina Panthers, which I think is going to help Tedero McMillan, help Bryce Young, give him that underneath reliable option that he kind of misses with Adam Thielen not being around. But not Bryce Young. I like the spicy. I got a spicy guy as well, but we'll get to him a little later. He's not right here. My quarterback play of the week is Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears. They're playing the New Orleans Saints. It's in Chicago. A little bit worried about the weather, but it's going to rain. Rain doesn't worry me too much. It's when the wind gets kind of going. The wind's projected kind of in the 15-mile-per-hour range, which I could settle with. It wasn't enough to scare me off Caleb Williams, but the Saints, defensively, not great. You can pass on them. You can run on them. This is a great matchup for the Bears offense that's kind of starting to get the ball rolling. They're starting to move the ball a little more. Colson Loveland got involved last week more than he's been involved all season. He actually ran more routes than Cole Kmet, which was the first time this year. Roman Dunze had a down week, but he's been great this year. And Caleb Williams has been a top 12 quarterback on the season. So I think we're just kind of forgetting about him. And Caleb, like, he's playing good football. Ben Johnson's, he's got it working. And against a bad Saints team, I expect Caleb Williams to continue that trend as a QB1 here this week.
Yeah, no, for sure. Caleb's playing really good fantasy ball. Not the best real ball, but he's been playing way better than he was last year. So I'm excited for that. Excited for the Bears, for sure.
So you're picking Rico Dowdle, Carolina Panthers versus the New York Jets?
I'm picking every single Carolina. No, I'm actually picking one of my favorite running backs in football. He was my personal favorite rookie running back coming out, and it's Quinshad Judkins. Cleveland Browns in Cleveland versus Miami. Miami, their defense is really, really bad.
Look what Rico Dowdle did to them.
Yeah, exactly. Blew them up, and I think they're the 28th worst ranked fantasy defense for running backs. So literally towards the bottom, only 4 teams worse than they are. Judkins had a bad week versus Pittsburgh. I get it. Everyone's like, oh, it was his worst week. And it was his worst week. He only had 36 yards on the ground, no touchdowns, no catches. It was a really bad week. But look what Judkins was doing before that, dude. He was running so well. Pittsburgh's got a spotty defense. If they show up at full steam, Pittsburgh's defense is pretty good. They're not consistent, but Miami's defense never shows up. They're not going to be there. Judkins is going to be running through elementary school kids come Sunday. So give me Judkins in a huge performance, maybe his second 100-yard game in the year. He's only got one. I expect a touchdown. I expect a huge performance from Quinshad Judkins this week versus Miami.
I like that a lot, especially with the weather. I brought up the weather with Chicago. The weather's going to be worse in Miami. They're looking at 25, 30 mile per hour winds potentially. So it's going to be a rely heavy on the run game. So Judkins, great play this week. I'm going to piggyback off you last week. Last week you picked Ja'Cory, Bill, Croskey-Merrit against the Bears. Number-wise, he was fine. He had 17 carries, 61 yards. He did fumble, but he carried the bulk of the workload. He fumbled, didn't get into the end zone, didn't really get any catches, so it kind of hurt his fantasy value. But real life-wise, he looked good. And they're playing the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm just piggybacking off my pick last week was Rico Dowdle against the Dallas Cowboys, and Rico blew them up. And I expect the same here from Bill against the Cowboys. Debo Samuel's in question, Zach Ertz is in question, Terry McLaurin's not going to be out there, so we're already depleting this offense.
Mm-hmm.
What better way for him to show up? And the schedule's getting juicy here for Jacory, Croskey-Merrit, and if he's on the block, like had a kind of a down week for fantasy, owners might be. I would try throwing an offer out there for him right now because his schedule going forward is really great for running backs. So I think here I don't think he's going to be obtainable after this game against the Cowboys unless you're going to overpay. I think this is the coming out party for Jacory Croskey-Merrit here week 7 against the boys.
Yeah, and I love what you brought up that like he really underperformed last week, and everyone that had him was like dead set that okay, this is going to be Bill's like actual breakout. The week before was his like arrival, and this was going to be the actual breakout. It didn't happen, so they could be really down on him. They could just move him for cheaper than he should be moved. I would definitely be trying to get Bill this week before he blows up Dallas. Hey, yo, terroristic threat.
Yeah, he's got the Dolphins in a few weeks. So yeah, definitely go out, get Jacory Croskey-Merrit. He's gonna be a great play here against a bad Cowboys defense. Mm-hmm. Who you got a wide receiver?
I got a wide receiver that literally has 0 targets on the year, 0 receptions, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns. He's ranked wide receiver last. He's not ranked. He is making his season debut this week as Rashid Rice of the Kansas City Chiefs playing Vegas in Kansas City. It's going to be the show for him. They've already come out and said that he's getting the full workload at receiver. It's going to be him and everybody else.
Did you see his
welcome back video?
Posted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like as if this dude's coming back from like an actual injury. He is coming back from an injury. He did get hurt last year. But that's not why he's not been playing. Let's be
the
front.
welcome back video should have been police sirens. I do like Rice a lot though. I like the talent. He was amazing last year in the 3 games he played. Mm-hmm. The 3 games he played, Travis Kelce was bad. And people have to remember that every Travis Kelce owner should probably be shaking in their boots because of the way Rashid Rice plays. He plays exactly like Travis Kelce does. They take the same targets, and Rashid Rice is way more athletic. He's way more faster. He's dynamic. He's quicker. I expect Rashid Rice to be really close to a top 12 wide receiver this week. Vegas always plays Kansas City hard. I'm pretty sure Kansas City has a double-digit favorite in this game.
They are.
And their record in that's like 23-3, and 2 of those losses are to Vegas. So Vegas is going to play them hard. Max Crosby is always determined when he plays Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying it's going to be close, but I think it's going to be closer than it probably should be. So and Kansas City still doesn't have a run game. So it's not going to be Pacheco. It's not going to be Hunt. I really think Rashid Rice is in line for 10 plus targets this week.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I actually think Rice being back might also kind of hurt Patrick Mahomes' fantasy value, which sounds crazy because he's like QB 1 or 2. But I think having that reliable option like Rashid Rice kind of going to keep Patrick from running, which is why he's been so valuable this year in fantasy on top of putting up productive numbers in the passing game. But he's been running way more than he usually does because they don't have the run game. But now getting Rice back, that safety blanket, I don't think he's going to be running more, but I mean, it obviously could open up the passing game more, so it could balance itself out. But I do think Patrick Mahomes loses a little bit of that rushing upside he's been bringing to the table. But Rice coming back, I think it's ultimately better for the Chiefs as a whole.
I totally agree, but I only think his rushing numbers slightly decreased because the running game's still the running game there. It's still Pacheco. It's still Hunt. It's bad. Mahomes is averaging like close to 50 yards on the ground a game. I expect it to be around 30 to 40 now. So it's a little bit of a hit, but I don't think it's a huge hit.
My wide receiver of the week is my fantasy darling. It's Courtland Sutton of the Denver Broncos facing your New York Giants. The Giants, good defense. We love the Giants defense. We don't love the Giants secondary though.
Yeah, no.
So Courtland Sutton, bad game last week against the Jets. Only had 1 catch for like 17 yards. He was missed a couple times in the end zone by Bo Nix. It could have been a bigger game, but Courtland Sutton, sans like 2 games this year, he's been a top 15 play at the wide receiver position. So don't let that 1 week of a bad play against, I know, the bad New York Jets scare you away. It was an overseas game. Just, I kind of write that off as just it happened. But Cortland Sutton, this is a big game for Denver. They're putting Demaryius Thomas into the Ring of Honor. And Cortland Sutton was there with Thomas his rookie year, so this is a meaningful game for him. I expect him to blow up here against a really bad Giants defense, and this game could be a low-key shootout. The Giants offense has been so much better with Jackson Dart, way more efficient, and Denver's defense, you can score on them. They're not as great as we projected. It all depends on how hot the Giants get going. I think Dart's not going to be able to run as well. The Denver defense has been really good at stopping running quarterbacks, but Dart's been able to sling it, and Scattaboo, Tyrone Tracy's back. I expect him to be a little bit more involved this week as well. So the offense should theoretically be a little bit better, but I think this game could be a low key. The Giants are 7-point underdogs. I don't like that line. I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think. I think this could be like a 24-23 game. And I think a touchdown is potentially in Cortland Sutton's favor here, maybe even a 2-touchdown game with Denver, as he is really the only reliable option in this passing game in the wide receiver room.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx the Giants or anything. I don't think we're going to win, but the Jets hung in there with Denver, and I'm not going to say a good thing about the Jets from here until week 18. It's not going to happen. I am completely done with that team. I would not start any Jet as long as Justin Fields is their quarterback. It cannot be done. It's too risky. It's not in my wheelhouse. But yeah, man, I agree.
All right, let's close this out. Tight ends. We're both getting a little wild on this one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with a guy that's actually coming off a career game. It's his best fantasy performance, and he had 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. So that's saying a lot. And it's Michael Mayer of the Raiders versus Kansas City, who we just talked about. It's not a good matchup. I get it, but there's no Brock Bowers. Jacoby Myers probably isn't going to play. I really expect Michael Mayers to have another 7 targets, 5-6 catches, and maybe he gets into the touchdown, because I do think this game is closer than people think it's going to be. And Geno has to pass to someone. I get Geno has been terrible all year. He's been playing really bad football, really dumb football. But again, he has to pass to someone. It's going to be Trey Tucker. It's going to be Michael Mayer. I loved Michael Mayer coming out of college in Notre Dame. He was my tight end 1, him coming out 3 years ago. His rookie year was a letdown, and then his second year, they went out and drafted Brock Bowers, the phenom tight end coming out of college. So he really just got backburnered instantly a second year, and I get it. He's no Brock Bowers. He's nowhere close to Brock Bowers. Last week was a good week, though. He was on the field for 92% of snaps. So like I said, he saw 7 targets. He was tight end 6. Hey, man, give me Michael Mayer. He's a dude I've loved since college in an offense that has no weapons besides Trey Tucker and Ashon Gentry. So there's really no solidified catch target there for Vegas.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. All right, here we go. My tight end play of the week.
Riskier than mine, baby.
Chig Okonkwo against the New England Patriots, the Tennessee Titans. The Patriots are top 10 in most yards allowed to the tight end position. They're top 10 in most fantasy points to the tight end position. Calvin Ridley, probably not going to be out there on Sunday. Alec Ayumaner, can we rely on him as the number 1 option in the passing game? We got the interim head coach bump. It's the offensive coordinator, Mike McCoy, moving into this role. He's been a head coach before with the Chargers. Chig Okonkwo last week saw a season high in targets. 6 targets, caught all 6 of them. This is a super athletic dude on a team that needs to find juice, and he's got the most juice on the field. They're going to a split backfield. Tyjae Spears was more involved. He actually outsnapped Tony Pollard this past week. So Tennessee's going to have to pass to hang in this game against the Patriots. You could pass on them. And if you're in a situation where, you've been rolling with Mark Andrews the majority of the year, he's on a bye week. You've been rolling with Dalton Kincaid, he's on a bye week. You don't like the weather matchup in Cleveland, so that kind of makes you iffy on Harold Fannin and Darren Waller, or say you've been rolling with David Njoku, who's out. Or, you finally fed up with TJ Hawkinson. There are options out there. You're giving up on Juwan Johnson. I think Chig Okonkwo this week is a great spot start from the tight end position against the Patriots on a team that's got to find rhythm on offense, and you got to make Cam Ward look better, make him feel the part of that number 1 overall draft pick. I think Mike McCoy's focus is going to be opening up this passing game for a good quarterback prospect who hasn't had the best of luck so far. No Calvin Ridley, like I said. I think this is the week for Chigakonkwo to kind of burst through. And we've seen it last year. We saw the streaky games with him. He can put up tight end one performances, and those were without touchdowns. So, like I said, 6 targets last week, season high. I think going forward here, that Chigakonkwo could be just a spot start here and there from the tight end position.
I agree, man. He was a guy we brought up a couple times throughout the offseason that he could be one of these athletic tight ends that take a step forward. The way he was used last year was insane on the back end stretch. I remember playing this guy in my championship week because that's how he was on a legitimate run. He was like tight end 5, tight end 2, tight end 7. He had a great finish to the season. Like you said, dude, if Ridley's not out there, he could be the number 1 because Maynard's fine, but I don't think he's the number 1. He's a really good number 2 maybe in the NFL, but I like Chig a lot this week. I still believe in Cam Ward. I know a lot of people don't, and they're trying to give up on him, but that's insane. He's literally played 6 NFL games, and give me Cam Ward any given Sunday for sure. He's an absolute dog.
And Chigakonkwo actually came out and talked about Mike McCoy upping the practice tempo and making it more like speed-oriented and fast-paced. And look what New Orleans is doing. They're running a lot of plays.
Exactly.
Despite being bad, they're moving the ball. And so if they're going to run fast, I think Chigakonkwo is the guy who Cam Ward's going to rely on this week. It is risky. And maybe I'm flying a little too close to the sun off 2 weeks in a row, winning the plays of the week, but I'm feeling the matchup. I feel it in the bones, and I got to trust my gut more. I said 2 weeks ago that New England was going to beat Buffalo, but I decided to go with the Bills. And on Tuesday, I said the Bengals. This felt like a game the Steelers would lose, and I still picked Pittsburgh, and the Bengals win. So I'm trusting myself here in an exercise. We'll see how it goes, but Chigakonkwo here at tight end. Our W plays of the week, be better with W Energy, good clean energy. Use the code DRAFTEDUP for a 10% discount. One of us is going to eat that dub this week. Be better with W Energy. They're actually going to announce some new anime collabs coming up here, so stay tuned for those new flavor drops coming out.
Right down your alley, brother.
Yeah. Anime?
Yeah.
or the ad reads.
Yeah, well, one of those you do more than the other, and I think it's ad reads.
It's not even ad read. It's all dub. I don't have anything written down. All right.
Fair enough.
Let's get into it. Week 7, we got a London game. The LA Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Not to get off topic. Miami's playing, so is Minnesota. So both those games are on both of our TVs right now. Yeah. If Miami loses, I'm going to freak out. So I hope to God we are done with this podcast if it does happen.
Oh, God, I hope we're done. It's only like halftime.
Oh, we got 14 games to review, so let's get at
it. Yeah. I saw my boy Chris Bell scored a touchdown. So
he did.
Yeah, go Cards. LA, the Rams, they travel to London and take on the Jaguars. Jaguars are the de facto home team here. Rams are 3-point favorites. Over-under set at 44.5. The Rams are pretty straightforward, which it feels like.
Is this our last London game?
No, I think there's like overseas games for like the next 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure there's like a Germany game yet to come.
Oh my God. I thought all of these have already happened. How is this possible?
No, this is the Jags' first London game, so they have another one coming. There are none next week. So maybe it is the last one. I don't know. But the Rams, straightforward, as always, we love it. No Puka Nacua, so Devontae Adams gets a nice little uptick. Though he's been a little shaky. He hasn't really had a top 24 performance, I think. He's kind of like towards the bottom of the wide receiver 2s. Kyron Williams, obviously, in your lineup. And then it's Matt Stafford and what do you take a shot on Jordan Whittington or Tutu Atwell? I'm not going to.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
I'm going to play one of them.
I've been scrolling through the schedule. Week 10 and week 11, there's a 9:30 Eastern time start game. So there are still foreign games left this year. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't cut that shit out. I feel so bad for the people on West Coast that have to get up at 6:30 in the morning to watch a game.
I will take a 9:30 game over the 10 p.m. Eastern Monday night game we got.
Agree to disagree, brother. I'm up anyways.
I'll long be in bed. But
fair enough.
The Rams, Puka's out, so Devontae Adams
Puka's
in
out.
your lineup, even though he hasn't
100%
been
in.
as great as you had hoped. Like I said,
I agree.
he's kind of been lower end wide receiver 2 this year. Kyron Williams, lock him in your lineup. Do you mess around with Jordan Whittington or Tutu Atwell? I would lean Whittington if I had to play one of those guys.
I would rather not play any of them, and I think I would take Tutu on the upside. I think he's got a way higher ceiling than Whittington. I think Whittington's got a really good floor. I think he's going to finish like 5 for 50, really safe play. But Tutu gives you that ability to catch 2 for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
That's what Tutu does besides make money.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, he's always getting paid somewhere. So just give me the way higher
Just
ceiling.
in LA. He's only getting paid in LA.
Hey,
they keep
man,
paying him.
They love him. They love him. They love the vibe he brings to the locker room, dude. Maybe he's the vibe guy. Maybe he just keeps this receiver room afloat.
Maybe.
But yeah, now give me Tutu over Whittington, just on way higher upside.
Yeah.
I think I like Higbee though. If I had to play like maybe someone, like Stafford loves Higbee. Higbee coming off a big week last week, 4 catches, 40 yards, and a tutty. It was his first touchdown of the year. So I think I'd be cool with Higbee. He's a nice little tight end flex guy.
Yeah. Matt Stafford, you can also stream him this week, though.
Yeah, he's fine.
London games can be a little weird. Like sometimes they're just duds. It feels like they're duds most of the time. Jacksonville,
London games are like bad, dude. Like teams notoriously perform worse at London games. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I would try to lean off of Stafford this week if I had to, because he was supposed to blow up last week, but the weather really stopped that from happening. And now it might be London that stops it from happening.
Yeah. The Jaguars, like I would play Stafford over Trevor Lawrence, but
I would place a blind Matt Stafford over a healthy Trevor Lawrence.
ETN, don't love the matchup. Like the Rams have been pretty good. Sans
Derrick Henry
last week getting 122. Yeah, but I think he's more into like the RB2
he's a flex spot.
Flex range.
I don't think he's an RB2. I think he's going to finish outside of the top 24.
Brian Thomas, great week last week. He was one of my plays of the week. Keep him in your lineup. I would go out and get Travis Hunter. I think he's getting more involved here, and they need him. Like they need. I think we're going to start seeing them get consolidated more to offense. And we saw the little bit of juice he had against the Chiefs on Monday night. I think going forward, I think Travis Hunter could be very viable here for fantasy. And chances are he's either on your waiver market already, or the team that has him is ready to just move on from him. They got a bye coming up next week, so they might be willing to move on or just straight dip him, and you could pick him off of waivers. But if you could go out and acquire Travis Hunter, I would put out a little feeler in your league.
That's the thing. Like Liam Cohen came out and said that he's looking to give Travis Hunter more first look reads, that's what you want. You want this guy to see first look reads because of how athletic he was. He was drafted 2nd or 3rd, wherever he was drafted overall for a reason.
2nd, yep.
But if you want to go acquire this guy, hope it doesn't happen this week, because then he's probably going to get cut next week because this is his bye week. He hasn't gone over double digits at all in a full point PPR league. So imagine what he's doing in a half point PPR league. It's insane. Like, if he again shits the bed and then gets cut for bye weeks, I think going forward after that is really when Travis Hunter starts to see more targets, more involvement in the offense. So if you want this guy, you can go trade for him, but there is a legitimate chance he gets cut come week 8, because if he doesn't perform, he's probably cuttable in the person's eyes that has him for sure.
Anyone else in this game?
Not necessarily, man. I hate that Brendan Strange is out, dude. It takes away, like, he's not a great tight end, but he is one of the guys on this offense that was dynamic. He was faster than most tight ends. He has big play upside, and it sucks he's not out there, dude, because I don't know, man. I don't think Jacksonville's that good, to be honest. We go over this every week.
You're a hater.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I do think the Rams win this game, though.
I agree. I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah.
Way better coach.
The Philadelphia Eagles travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Eagles are 1.5 point road favorites, and it's a revenge game. Carson Wentz is going to be the starting quarterback for the home team, the home Vikings. He gets to face his old team, the Philadelphia Eagles, so that's going to be interesting. Jalen Carter's questionable, so hey, big man, I think you should take the day off. Just rest, brother. Yes, see, they need you for the playoffs, man. They don't need you for a game against the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. But regardless, Jordan Mason in my lineup. Aaron Jones still not back, so I'll play Jordan Mason even if Jalen Carter's out there. But if he's not, I think that's a big boost up for Jordan Mason, the run game. Jefferson, obviously, in your lineup, and I like Jordan Addison as well this week. The Eagles, you can pass on them. Was there word on Quinyon Mitchell? I know he's been iffy, and I think if he's not out there, we could be in line for Justin Jefferson. Huge game. Quinyon Mitchell is good to go. It was a full practice, so looks like he will play, which is great for Philadelphia. But regardless, you're not taking Justin Jefferson out of your lineup. I also think Jordan Addison, like I said, is a good play this week, and I'm not messing around with Hawkinson. I'm not. Like I would. Play,
no, I agree.
I would play Chigakonkwo over him. I think there's more upside with Chig. I would even play Michael Mayer over him.
I was just going to say I'd play both of our guys over him. Easily Dallas Goedert over him on the other side of the field. Like, TJ Hawkinson's not worth it at this point. You can cut him. There are so many streamable tight ends. Hunter Henry, there's another one. Just guys that go out there and
Mason
are
Taylor.
No, because he's a New York Jet. I've already stated that I'm not starting any New York Jet as long as Justin Fields is their quarterback. It cannot be done.
I would play Mason Taylor over TJ Hawkinson in a heartbeat.
Okay. I would, but I didn't say that, all right? Because I'm sticking to my guns. No New York Jets.
I said it.
I agree with the statement TJ made, but the big injuries for Philly here, Jalen Carter, questionable, and Landon Dickerson's also questionable. Both sides of their offensive line, defensive line, question tags. Those are two huge keys, dude, and I really like the Vikings offense with Carson Wentz, man. It's been decent. Justin Jefferson's had his two best performances with Carson Wentz. Jordan Mason's kind of getting the ball rolling here and there. Addie's getting hot. Like I like what the Vikings are doing right now. I mess with it.
Yeah, you can run on Minnesota though, and the Eagles need to get Saquon Barkley going. He's not on pace for 1,000 yards, just a little under. The wear and tear from last year looks like it's caught up to him this year. He's been a little banged up here and there, but like for the Eagles, like they need to get him going to open up the passing game as well, because the passing game's just been touch and go here. But I'm playing AJ Brown. I'm playing Saquon Barkley. Obviously, I'm playing Jalen Hurts. It's really Devonta Smith. Like, would you play him or Jordan Addison? Matchup's a little better with Jordan Addison. A little tougher to pass on Minnesota, but you can run on him. So that if Barkley does get hot, it might open things up for Devonta Smith. I would personally lean Addison just because I think the Vikings will be playing from behind a little bit more. So that's just, it's a slight sway. Like, they're really close to me.
Addison's gone double digits both games. He's been played 8 targets, 6 targets, 114 and 41, obviously, but it's 41 yards. He had a touchdown to back that up. So I think Addison's a little more consistent than Devontae Smith with the passing game in Philly. So give me Addison, probably even going forward, to be honest.
And Dallas Goedert, we both agree.
I like it.
He's a good play this week. Yeah, that
for sure.
New offensive coordinator's really been using him more than the majority of the weapons, which strange call, but hey, it's working right now for Philadelphia.
I think I would lean Philly's run game in this game over yours, Barkley over Mason, obviously, but I would lean both your receivers over their receivers, and then Goddard obviously blows Hawkinson out the water.
Yeah. And then Carson Wentz over Jalen Hurts, right?
No, in fantasy or real football, no.
Carson Wentz was drafted first. He was drafted before him, so he is
drafted pretty high, second overall, maybe.
Yeah,
way back in 2016, something like that.
I couldn't tell you. Everything pre and post COVID just kind of been a blur. Who do you got winning this game here?
I was kind of hoping you let me handle this one last, but
okay,
you want to talk about... No, I'll go, man. You want to talk about going with your gut, dog? I'm picking Minnesota. I really like what you guys are doing. I love Kevin O'Connell.
You were right, 2016.
Hey, let's go, baby. Still got the draft pools. Jefferson, Addison, even Jordan Mason.
We're coming off the bye week. A little bit healthier.
Yeah, so you guys, and you had 2 weeks to prepare for Philly.
Yeah.
I like it, dude. I like it.
Yeah, and coming off the bye week after 2 overseas games, it's nice. Eagles did get an extended week as well because they played Thursday against you guys. They're on a 2-game losing streak, so things aren't going great in Philadelphia. The world does seem to be crumbling. I do think the Eagles win this game, though. I hate it, but
I don't know, man. There's something about Carson Wentz, man, just coming back and getting this dub versus Philly, dog. Dubby energy, dude. Like, I don't know what I'm feeling like because I love Philly, but
I've lived.
Maybe it's the high of the Giants beating them last week. I want to see this team crumble, bro. And I don't even care if it blows my Super Bowl pick out of the water. Philly crumbles. Like the Giants beating the Eagles last week reminded me how much I, honest to God, hate that team. Like, them killing us for the last decade has blinded me for my hatred of this team.
Philadelphia's owned Minnesota here for a while.
Exactly. So it's just like, it is what it is. We're not even a rival anymore. But last week, nah, dog, that rivalry was relit, dude. Like, I'm all in. I hope Minnesota comes on this field. It's going to be a close game. Both of these teams play extremely close football. I don't think it's going to be a blowout regardless of what happens. I think you guys are going to pull it out in the last second, dude.
I think for the Giants' sake, you want the Eagles to win this game. You don't want the Eagles coming to New York, well, coming to Philly, 3-game losing streak against Jackson Dart again. You guys got him next week.
You mean I don't want the Eagles coming in on a loss like they were the first time we played them? Nah, dog. If we can make Philly lose 4 in a row, get out of here. That's crazy work, bro.
No, I think the Eagles get this one, unfortunately.
I hope you're wrong.
The New England Patriots, they travel to Tennessee to take on Mike McCoy, new head coach, and the Tennessee Titans. Patriots are 7-point road favorites and over under 42.5. Let's get Tennessee out of the way. Tony Pollard, you can't play him as confidently as we've been saying. Like, Tony Pollard, just put him in your lineup, good flex play. Tajay Spears outsnapped him last week. This looks like we're looking towards a split. We're now... I don't love Tony Pollard this week, so if you don't have to play him, you can move him out of your lineup. Chigakonkwo, I like taking the shot on him, and like that's it. Like, I guess you could take a shot on Ayu Maynor as well, but like really, like to me, Tennessee, like Chigakonkwo is my favorite play from that offense. And like if I had to, you're fine playing Tony Pollard or even Tajay Spears, but it's a struggle because Tony Pollard's points were predominantly just based off the sheer volume he was getting, and now that's not there. So now you're touchdown relying on a team that doesn't score a ton of points.
That's how I feel about Ayu Maynor. His 2 good performances on the year, backed by touchdowns. He is truly touchdown dependent. Tony Pollard is touchdown dependent. I'm not trusting any Tennessee Titan except Chig. And even that's not like a huge trust, but I would play Chig over anyone else on this team. Based off of that, there's only, 18 tight ends that are worth starting. But Eric Ayu Maynor, though, is literally a low, deep flex, 2 flex kind of league. I'm not playing him.
Yeah. And New England, Drake May's a fine play, but like there is the possibility like New England gets up early in this game and Drake May's not needed. Or he plays just a game like they did against Buffalo where Drake May just has a great game and the touchdowns go to the running game because you can absolutely kill the Titans through the run. So Ramondre becomes a good play, even though he was terrible last week. And
so bad last week. 13 carries, 18 yards. What? That's insane. But guess what? They hate Travion Henderson. They literally hate that guy. He's done. I don't know what is happening there. He is not going to see the field. Ramondre is going to have a huge week, and he's going to have 15 carries for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's insane.
This should be the Henderson game. And
it's not going to be. Every week should have been the Henderson game.
It could be.
Every game could be, brother.
Wait. If New England is blowing Tennessee out of the water.
Okay. Yeah.
They might just be like,
now he's speaking. He's spitting fire.
Let's just put him out there. Let's put him out there. Like, we're up 20.
But guess how they got ahead? 3 Ramondre touchdowns, all for 1 yard.
There might be a world where Ramondre and Travion Henderson both possess fantasy value this week, but it's so hard to play either of them because we haven't seen it this year for the most part. Like, Ramondre had a game where he was really good, but like everything else has been terrible. And then Henderson's not on the field enough or trusted enough that like it's so frustrating. So I don't know. Like, if you had to play one of them, I assume you're leaning Ramondre. That's your dude.
Yeah, no, I am 100% sure. You know what? I'm back on make Ramondre my guy because guess what? It's not Travion Henderson, and he's
It's
your
not
guy.
true.
So
It's not
eat
true.
that.
It's, I refuse to back down, though. I would play Travion Henderson over Ramondre Stevenson.
All I know is I'm so happy that Judkins is actually performing and Henderson is not. Because that's the one thing I was actually adamant on all through the process. I'm like, Judkins is clearly better than Travion Henderson for the NFL. And there's a reason Travion Henderson is not on the field because it's not Ramondre Stevenson. I can tell you that much,
Mike
brother.
Vrabel. It's Mike Vrabel.
I don't think
Josh
it
McDaniels.
is.
I don't know what it is.
Ramondre and Henderson are like the Temu versions of Montgomery and Gibbs. They have so much upside, but both these guys are just not football players. I don't know what the hell is happening with this run game. And the problem is New England's winning. They're in first place. Yeah. Ramondre's not going anywhere.
It's because that Drake May kid is really
the best.
good.
He's so good. Yeah.
This might be biased, but if I had to redraft that quarterback class, I'm taking Drake May over Jaden Daniels. I'm taking him over Caleb. I'm taking him over Michael Penix. I'm taking him over JJ McCarthy. But Drake May would be my 1-1. I think he's the best quarterback from that group.
Real quick off the top of the dome, it would go Drake May, Jaden Daniels.
Oh, so you're agreeing?
Caleb Williams. JJ over Penix, just because I haven't seen anything from JJ yet, so it's still unwritten. No, I would take May just based off of how he plays football. Jaden Daniels gets banged up. He's not going to be healthy his whole career. Jaden Daniels is obviously the more athletic and the more upside quarterback, but Drake May is going to play for 15 years, and he's going to win this team a Super Bowl at some point.
Yeah. Drake May, you could play him. Do you play any of the passing game options? Like, it's tough. Like, we were on Steph Diggs, who's questionable. I didn't hear anything about practice today for him. He had a chest injury, so, like, last week it was Kayshon Boutte.
He logged a full practice today. He's going to play.
Okay.
But he's still questionable, but he's going to play.
Do you play any of them? Like, with confidence? Can you play Diggs or Boutte? Like, who would you lean?
I would still lean Diggs because I like the talent a lot more, and I really don't trust Boutte. Last week, I get it, but it was on the back of 2 touchdowns. That's what really elevated him. Give me Diggs if I have to go one of them, but I don't love either, but I'd play both over Ayu Manor on the other side.
I agree. Demario Douglas, he's kind of just
pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunter Henry, you can stream if you need to as well, but I would play Chig. I would play Chig on the other side over Hunter Henry, and that's a little bit of a wild card.
Agree. More upside there.
Yep.
With Chig, I agree. New England wins here. I think we're both going.
Oh yeah, by
Patriots,
2 touchdowns. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. The Las Vegas Raiders travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 11.5-point home favorites over under 45.5. Play Mahomes, Rashee Rice, good play. I'm still playing Xavier Worthy as well. I'm not touching the Chiefs backfield. Travis Kelce, I'm playing with caution.
Yeah, Mahomes, I'm easily playing. Not going to question that. It's a division game. It's going to be exciting in my eyes. None of the run game for Kansas City should even be played. Pacheco might not even should be rostered at this point. Like, I don't even know what it is. That's just, it's not there. He's gone double digits once in a full point PPR league. So, like, it's not worth it. But I'm still cool with Rice. I'm still cool with Worthy. Rice, I think, is a wide receiver 1 this week or damn near close to it. And I think Worthy's like a little higher end flex guy going forward. Travis Kelce, though, like you said, dude, there's a chance he just 4 catches, 30 yards, nothing.
Yep. When Rice was there last year, Travis Kelce averaged 2 catches less than his normal average. So monitor that, because that is a scary situation going forward. And like, if you have another option, like if you meant like, obviously like Jake Ferguson, you're playing him over Travis Kelce. Like if you've had Ferguson, like a Tucker Kraft, same situation, I'm playing him over Travis Kelce as well. But it might be a situation where you might have to start pivoting and finding another option there. From the Vegas side, Ashton Genty's in your lineup. He has been the focal point of this offense. He's had a 20% target share the last couple weeks. He is the Raiders at this point. You're going to play him. I like Michael Mayer as well. I think he's got good touchdown upside for the Raiders to hang. And if you're going to play a Raiders receiver, Trey Tucker is the only option at this point because Jacoby Myers probably not out there. And even if he is, he's averaging like 4 catches for 30 yards on the season. So it's the connection between him and Geno isn't there. So like I think Trey Tucker is a better play rest of season if Jacoby Myers is still in Vegas. Like if I had to pick the two of them, I'd rather just take the shot on Tucker because Geno's trying to find him downfield. But Jack Bech, Deontay Thornton, if Myers isn't out there, I'm not messing around with any of them.
Yeah, I agree. Bech is someone to watch, though. 2 weeks ago, he had 5 targets, and I get he only seen 1 last week, but he was on the field for 75% of snaps. So he was actually out there just getting the feel of the NFL, getting the speed down, because he hasn't been on the field much at all this year. So if Myers gets dealt, and in deep leagues, Jack Bech is a good stash, I think. I love the kid coming out of college. He's a dog. He plays with all of his heart. He will give his team 110%. And I think him and Trey Tucker are a good combo. I think they'll really play off each other really well.
Yeah, I would hold Bech if I was going to pick one of the receivers up. I would hold Bech over Thornton. Thornton's just Bech took over his job.
Oh, for sure. I'm going Bech over Thornton long term, for sure.
Geno Smith not playable, so yep.
No.
Chiefs win this game. I don't know if they cover, but I think they might win by 10, so they might just narrowly miss that cover. But
I wouldn't put money on a cover because it's a division game and the Raiders always play the Chiefs close, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily close, but like 8 points. Chiefs definitely get the dub. I don't know if they fully cover the 10.5 or 11.5, whatever it is. I actually just traded 2 of these guys. I traded Trey Tucker and Worthy in our home league. Got a good haul. I got Patrick Mahomes back, so I got a lot of this game going on in my life right now.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to talk about this game. The Carolina Panthers travel to New York to take on the Jets.
I want to talk about this game. I'm fully adamant that Aaron Glenn should be fired. He is a terrible head coach, and I will stand with that for the rest of the podcast.
The Carolina Panthers are 1.5 point road favorites.
Up it. Not enough.
I would love the last time the Panthers. I would love to know. I'll look
We're a road
last
favorite.
time the Panthers are favorite on the road. Over under is set at 42.5. I'll talk about the Jets because you don't want to, and it's really Breece Hall. You play him. I know he doesn't want to be there, but throw him a damn pass once in a while. And I think that's going to happen because there's nobody to throw the ball to. Josh Reynolds might not even be out there on Sunday. So we're looking at a receiving crew of Allen Lazard, Tyler Johnson, Arian Smith. No, thank you. I think this could be a great Breece Hall game just by sheer volume. No Braylon Allen. He's still out. So and Mason Taylor is a fine play, even with Justin Fields. And I wouldn't mess around with Justin Fields this week, despite the matchup. I would rather take my shot on Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, those kind of guys, and just let Fields burn me from the bench. If Justin Fields puts up 40 points on my bench, I'm fine with that. And we'll see there. But really, for me, the Jets, it's just Mason Taylor, it's just Breece Hall, and then move on and to start your Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick any Jets for the start of the weeks going forward. I'm just going to keep saying that for the rest of the podcast. Breece Hall and Mason Taylor are both startable, though, for sure. The answer to your question was 2021.
I was looking it up, yep. I was
also looking it up as you talked about the terrible New York Jets.
Yeah, the Panthers, Tedero McMillan was only 3 for 29 last week.
You were talking about Justin Fields. I'd cut him. I would cut that guy. In what world can I risk a 3-point game from my quarterback? I get he can go out and drop 30 points. I get it. I can't risk that. And that's coming from a guy who hasn't had a quarterback. I've started Geno. I've started Justin Fields twice this year. And he's burnt me.
Here's a crazy thing about Justin Fields. He could have 100 yards rushing easy on Sunday and still have a bad fantasy game because he'll only have 45 yards passing. And
this is it for Fields. He's not going to be a starting quarterback again.
A lot of that is him, but also the fact that everybody on the Jets is out, so he has no real reliable options, does not favor him either. And he's not the type of quarterback that can carry average to below average weapons. He needs someone, whether like DJ Moore in Chicago, that worked out. Garrett Wilson's been good this year, but he's not going to be productive with the guys I named: Allen Lazard, Tyler Johnson, Arian Smith, these ho-hum dudes that are plucking off the streets.
This is a very similar situation that he is in now to what it was in Chicago, where it's 2 weapons he has. He doesn't have a good offensive line. The defense is struggling. Justin Fields cannot carry a team. If you would pluck Justin Fields and put him on a team that is amazing, he will be fine. He won't be great, but he'll be fine. When you expect this kid to carry your team, it crumbles miserably. Yeah. There's a reason the Bears moved off of Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is the guy you want as your backup quarterback. He can come in and be serviceable for a stretch of games, but you don't have to rely on him going for it. Like, I would love Kevin O'Connell to get his hands on.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Be the backup. Yeah, but
send him to Kevin O'Connell. Send him to Philly. Send him to even San Fran if Mac Jones leaves after the year. Get him in a backup spot with a legitimate quarterback coach, and he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. I've died on that hill for multiple years at this point.
I agree. He's like I said, serviceable backup who could come in spot start here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree to that.
Carolina
start them all. Start them all.
Ted was 3 for 29 last week. You don't love that, but he did get 2 touchdowns. That you love.
2 tutties.
So he's in. Jalen Coker, if you're desperate for a play, I don't hate it. The number 2 receiver for the Panthers against the Jets scores points. So Jalen Coker is a really good play this week off IR, but I would still keep him on the bench. But he's somebody we've said this now for 2 or 3 weeks that you should have been rostering him because he's going to be really good for Bryce Young. Bryce Young is in your. I think Bryce Young is a good spot start. The running backs are a little murky. It looks like Chuba Hubbard is going to play, but I don't think he gets a full allotment. I think they're still going to lean heavily on Rico this week and kind of ease Chuba back in. But I think this is the real last week where Rico gets a big workload. But it's going to be really tough to go against either, like figuring out this backfield going forward.
What do you think the split is this week? Because I have a number in my head, and I don't think it's close.
I would say 70-30 Rico this week.
I was going 80-20 Rico this week, and then going forward, I think it's a true 50-50 split. I do not think it's Chuba Hubbard's backfield at all going forward.
Yep. No, it's tough to move on Rico. 400 yards in 2 games.
You can't. I get you paid Chuba Hubbard a ton of money in the offseason, and you only paid Rico $6 million. Rico is outperforming Chuba. It does not matter what money value is which guy's playing better, and let me tell you, it's Rico Dowdle, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Rico won himself a job on this team. Like, he's going to play the rest of the year.
And we love Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard's great. He underrated, really good running back, and I'm a Rico truther, and you can't move on from this. Like, this is Rico Dowdle has played this into a 50-50 backfield split, and like you said, he is going to be a likely starting running back next year on a new roster.
Now, we talked about that in the offseason too, that this could be a split because of the way the Panthers wanted to play football. That they went out and drafted a kid in the second. He got hurt, and it's not it. So it happened to be Chuba Hubbard. And then they went out and got Rico. And now Rico's showing that, hey, this should have been a 50-50 split from the jump. And it's your guys' letdown that it's not. Like, Rico should have been on the field at least 30 to 40% of snaps all season. He is so good. He's so explosive. Get that kid on the field, man.
Panthers win this game?
Yeah. You won't see me pick the Jets. Jets are going 0-17,
before
brother.
we move on to the rest of the games this week, let's shout out our other affiliates over at Finley Hats. Their hats are built for good times and long times. If your hat is damaged or destroyed, they'll replace it or repair it absolutely free. They do weekly drops every Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. So check those out if you want to get hats. Like I said, they do every Friday. They do weekly drops with a limited edition run. They have mystery boxes. They have, beanies, snapbacks, dad hats, shirts, other kind of merch, joggers, all that kind of stuff. So check them out in the link. You can, in the description, there's a link. Click it up. It'll get you 15% off your first purchase over at Finley Hats. So join the force over at Finley. The next up, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Bears, 4.5-point home favorites. Weather. Watch the weather in this game and the next game we're going to talk about. Caleb Williams, though, I think it's a good play, bearing like a torrential downpour or crazy wind. But if the wind and rain kind of stay level, Caleb Williams, great play against bad defense. DeAndre Swift, I think, good play as well this week in front of the Saints. But keep an eye on him. He did show up questionable. I didn't see anything today. But if he's not out there, it might be a Kyle Monungai game.
Swift has confirmed himself he'll be out there Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. So keep more on. He is going to play. So is DJ Moore. which is surprising.
For sure.
Wouldn't mess around with DJ Moore as much as I love him this week, coming off that groin injury. Roma Dunze should be in line for a backup game. And then I would go add Colston Loveland to your roster. If you have an available bench spot.
Should also be Ross. I think Luther Burton, someone should be snagged at this point. He had his best, week 3 was his best week versus Dallas because Dallas doesn't have a defense.
Yeah.
But last week it was fine. He saw 4 for 51, and that's nice. You like to see that. So it was a season high in catches, season high in targets. So yeah, I think Luther Burton, I think Colston Loveland as well. Both these guys should be on teams going forward.
Snag up those rookies if you have the extra roster space. I absolutely agree.
And they've already had their bye. Like, you don't have to worry about these guys missing games as long as they're healthy. If they're on the field, they're playing. There's no bye weeks going forward for the Bears. The Bears, Minnesota, teams like that have already had their bye. You love it at this point.
Yeah. Anyone else there on Chicago to talk about? I actually think you play most of your Bears. The big names. Rome, Caleb, DeAndre, lock him in your lineups. Monitor DeAndre Swift though. You could wiggle around him with the injury, but DJ Moore, keep him on your bench this week. Colston Loveland, Luther Burton, they're stash guys. You're not playing them.
You're not playing them, no. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I agree.
And then New Orleans, same as the Colston Loveland, Luther Burton. We've been preaching this. Roster Kendre Miller. Go out, get him. They're playing Dennis Allen. I low-key hope Kendre Miller just blows up and destroys the Bears defense just as a big FU to Dennis Allen because Dennis Allen hates that guy. But Kendre Miller should be rostered. Alvin Kamara has been banged up. He was on the injury report, but he's going to tough it out and go through it.
He's officially good to go.
Yeah.
Did you hear his quote that if he gets traded?
No, I did not.
It was something along the lines of, if I end up getting traded, you'll find me on the beach drinking margaritas. I don't think this guy's getting traded.
Interesting. Well, this guy just wants to stay in New Orleans. Good for him. Good culture, I guess.
For sure. I'm sure he loves it down there.
Would love Andy Reid to get his hands on Alvin Kamara, though. But
dude, that would be amazing.
But
Kamara in Kansas City's backfield would be, oh my God, top 15 every week.
Kamara, you're going to play him this week despite the injury and just the up and down year he's had. And Chris Olave is a good play, and the ride's over. You can move on from Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, it breaks my heart, dude. He was such a hot fire starter. And yeah, no, I agree. Kamara, I'm cool playing Olave. I like Shaheed a lot, dude. He's been a little sneaky all season, man. He's
a good dart throw. You need an upside play, but he's also seeing targets, meaningful targets as well. So yeah.
Him and Trey Tucker are very similar going forward.
Second flex plays. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. They're guys with really high ceilings. They're honestly probably in the same boat as Jameson Williams, who I really liked all offseason. I had him close to my top 20 receivers.
It's funny because that was our Pokemon evolution. the 3.
And and now guess what? Now they're all single evolved. They're all the same. They're all one family.
Rashid Shaheed, probably very easily obtainable if the Saints trade Chris Olave.
For sure. Yep.
This dude is in line for big work, and then maybe we're back on the Juwan Johnson ride as well. But for now, you can move on from Juwan Johnson.
I would agree to that. If Olave would get dealt, I do like that a lot. But it sucks, man, that Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau are back. That tight end room for New Orleans is way too crowded.
Hill just always finding work. It blows my mind.
He just steals he's a little touchdown gremlin, dude. He's walking around ciphering people's touchdowns out of their back pockets,
touchdowns like Christian McCaffrey siphoning injuries from the night. Fred Warner's out. We didn't even bring that up. Fred Warner's out.
Oh yeah, Fred Warner's out for the year.
Another guy
horrendous.
Taken by Christian McCaffrey.
But hey, Kittle's coming back, baby. Kittle's coming back.
Yeah. New Orleans, it's really Olave and Kamara lock in. You can second flex Shaheed, and that's pretty much it.
Could you imagine New England having a running back behind Ramondre with Kamara's skill set, a little quick, a little shifty guy behind Ramondre? It's crazy. They don't got a guy like that. It's insane, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's crazy.
I'm picking Chicago here.
I'm also picking Chicago.
We're off the rails today.
Hey, man, it's a wild Friday, brother.
The Miami Dolphins
in my mind speak. Fuck Jets.
The Miami Dolphins are traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Browns are 2.5-point home favorites. Over under? What do you think it is?
37 and a half.
35 and a half.
I lowballed the hell out of that, and they lowballed me.
Yeah. The wind in this game, the rain in this game, not ideal. We got two lefty quarterbacks. This is a bizarro world game.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, first time in like 16 years that two lefties have faced each other. Yeah.
I always forget Dylan Gabriel's a lefty.
Yeah. For Cleveland, Quinshon Judkins.
Judkins
and if you're desperate, Harold Fannin.
I don't even think it's desperate. I think Harold Fannin, because Njoku's not playing. I get the weather's bad, but he sees really short targets. Like he is the guy that's going to see all. It's not going to be Jerry Jeudy. It's not going to be Isaiah Bond.
Play any of those guys. I wouldn't even roster a Browns receiver at this point.
How crazy is it not to play a guy when your quarterback's throwing the ball 50 times?
I know.
All 50 targets to these receivers are terrible.
Bad.
They're bad. Absolutely bad.
How long until Shedeur gets in?
He won't.
Okay, so you think they just? I don't
think he will. I don't think Shedeur's good. You want to talk about sticking to your gut, bro? I hated that kid all throughout the process, and you dogged me into actually ranking him decently. It's not it. I like Dylan Gabriel more than Shedeur Sanders.
To rank Shedeur Sanders.
I'm going to my Google Docs ranks. I'm like, how did Shedeur get behind? It's insane. I'm so thankful that I put Jackson Dart above him, and you were so angry at me for it. God forbid I put Jackson Dart above Shedeur Sanders.
But you hated Cam Scatterman. He wasn't even your top 100.
Hey, I've eaten those words, brother.
The Browns have a bye week 9. I'm willing to say
week 10.
Shedeur Sanders week 10 against the New York Jets.
What a good defense to make his debut. Shedeur, I'll lock this in right now. If Shedeur is the starting quarterback for the New York versus the Jets, he'll be my start of the week. I'll lock that in right now.
Oh, I need it. I need it more than anything.
I'll lock it in because 1, I don't think he's playing at all this year, and 2, the Jets are terrible.
Does the sentiment apply to Dylan Gabriel though?
No.
Judkins Fanning, that's it. We can move on from the Browns. The Dolphins.
100%. Achane, Waddle, Warren,
Waller. I would lean Fannin over Waller if I had both of them, which I do in our home league. I'm leaning Fannin.
Nice.
But just because of the short
that's
throws.
A tough one. Yeah. I think if the weather was fine, I would lean Waller.
I agree.
I
had Waller in my lineup until the weather report. I moved Fannin in, especially with the Njoku out as well. So I had to play that.
No one realizes how important weather is to these games. Like normal fantasy people are just like this guy, that guy. Really watch the weather. One of the main podcasts we both listen to, 2 of them are very pro dome or retractable roof, and then the other one is not. What is your take on that? I love weather, dude. Like, I don't know if it's because we're East Coast guys.
For fantasy football, I'm team dome. But for enjoying and watching football, sometimes I just love a dirty, nasty weather game.
Like, even if like snow games are peak. Snow football games are the absolute best. But even like rain games, it's so ugly. It's so old school.
When Justin Fields beat the 49ers
and
in that rainstorm, dude, that was great. Yeah.
Also, Justin Fields, bad quarterback.
Achane, Waddle, Waller. I think Miami wins this game. They beat bad football teams.
Wrong.
Okay,
wrong.
You're taking the Browns.
Browns win.
I think it's our first difference.
I was going to say, we usually kind of don't differ. We kind of just run these through.
Yes.
I'm going Cleveland. They have a way better coach. Stefanski blows.
Agree.
Yeah, Stefanski blows Mike McDonald
Miami
or whatever,
Mike
McDaniel out of the water. Agree to disagree. They have a better quarterback. I wouldn't say he's way better.
Okay, I would. Cleveland does have the better defense.
Did you hear that guy's press conference last week? He's trying to throw the whole goddamn team under the bus, bro.
I know. It's bad vibes in Miami. But
you know what the problem is? It's you and your coach, dog. What are we talking about? You are the problem.
Mike McDaniel's going to be a great offensive coordinator somewhere next year.
As he should, because he is. That's what he's going to go to Philly.
He's going to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he's going to get a coaching job again.
Yeah, and then go do these wacky ass press conference. Like, I like him as a coordinator. He's a arguably one of
I
the
like
best
him as a
offense
coach
coordinators
when he's
in
winning.
football.
The wacky stuff works when the team is playing good and winning football, because then he could just be a goofball.
It's
But
funny.
when they're losing, you can't do the shtick.
It's funny, but I don't want my head coach to act like that. I don't want my head coach to go out there and be a head coach, man. Like, be normal.
An adult.
Yeah, just be a football coach.
He does kind of come off like a high school head coach, trying to be boys with the kids.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I like his vibes as a coordinator because he is a people's person. That's not what I want out of my head coach, though.
Yeah. I'm still picking Miami, though. That almost swayed me.
I get
almost.
it. No, I get it.
Almost got me.
Dude, their head coach is freaking Stefanski, bro. He's so good.
I love that guy. The New York Giants travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Broncos are 7-point home favorites, over under of 39.5. I think that over under is low.
That's disrespectful.
I think this goes at least over 40, and I think it's gonna be a lot closer than a touchdown. I think the Giants are gonna hang. Jackson Dart, I don't love him this week as a starter because I don't think the rushing upside's there. Like I said, Denver's been really good at stopping running quarterbacks. Like, Herbert had like 6 yards. Like, Justin Fields had 30, but he had no passing yards. But like, other than that, every quarterback that has, like, Daniel Jones had like -1. Like, the quarterbacks they've played that have running ability have been under 10 sans Justin Fields. So I don't think Jackson Dart hits the 50 mark that he's hit in all 3 games. I think it's going to be more in the 15 to 20 range, but I think the Giants are going to hang. And Scadaboo he's in my lineup regardless. I don't care how much involvement Tracy has. I don't think he cuts too much into it. I do think he's going to be on the field, but I don't care that the matchup's tough. Cam Scadaboo's just in my lineup, and that's it. I'm not messing around with the Giants receiver. I'm not trying to figure out little Jordan Humphrey. Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm not trying to bank on a Theo Johnson touchdown. For me, the Giants, it's just Cam Scadaboo. But I don't think, like, that sounds bad. But I think the Giants are just a better real-life team right now than they are a fantasy team.
I definitely agree with that. I would still be cool playing Dart if you have to. He's been a QB 11, QB 16, QB 3.
Would you play him or Bo Nix? Same game.
I'd play Bo Nix.
Okay. Me too.
I think Bo Nix finishes as a top 12 quarterback. I think Dart finishes in the 13 to 15 range. I still think he's going to have a good game, though. I do think he hits the 50-yard mark. Just based off the way I do. I don't think he gets in the end zone like he has 2 out of the 3 games, but I think he gets the 50-yard mark. I'm cool with Scadaboo, and I'm even cool with Wan'Dale because I think Wan'Dale's going to move around, and they're not going to try to spy him. He's not good enough to keep Patrick Surtain moving on Wan'Dale. I honestly think Patrick Surtain's on little Jordan Humphrey based off his size. I
was going to say, I think Surtain's just on Humphrey all game. Bigger
exactly.
Corner,
and if that happens, I think Wan'Dale's fine. He saw 7 targets the last 2 weeks. He's brought in 5 and 6 of them. Last week was 6 for 84 and a tutty. 2nd touchdown of the year. I'm cool with Wan'Dale as a flex spot as well.
Okay. Him or Trey Tucker?
Oh, give me Trey Tucker because Myers probably ain't going to be out there. I like Trey Tucker.
Okay.
I like Trey Tucker as like a high-end flex guy probably for the rest of the year. Okay. He's been close to double digits every week, and he had that huge 3-touchdown game. Like his ceiling's hella high, and his floor is kind of safe at this point, to be honest.
Wan'Dale or Rashid Shaheed?
Give me Wan'Dale.
Okay. I think I'll lean Shaheed on that one. That one's close.
They're close. They're close.
You're in agreement. Lock in Scadaboo in your lineup. You're not moving him.
Yeah.
Denver side, Bo Nix is a fine play. I think he kind of teeters outside like the QB1 range this week. But again, I feel like this is just every week. You're not trying to force your way out of Bo Nix. You're just going to be fine with him. Jacob Dobbins, good play. Keep him in your lineup. Cortland Sutton, I think, is a great play against the Giants. And yeah, I'm not messing around with Evan Ingram. I know it's the revenge game, but I don't know how you feel about Ingram versus I would take the shot on Chigakonkwo over Evan Ingram.
That's rough, man. The last 3 weeks since he's been back, he's seen 7 targets, 6 targets, 6 targets. He has a touchdown in one of those 3 weeks. I think you can play Evan Ingram decently. I kind of think he's a lower end guy. I'd play him over
Okay.
Theo Johnson on the other side.
Oh, yeah, same. You're not messing around with a Denver second receiver?
No, not
Okay.
necessarily,
Okay.
but
Stash
Mims,
Pat Bryant. I think the
Mims
time.
and
I
Franklin.
think it's starting to come. I think we're gonna start seeing Pat Bryant.
I like that, but Mims or Franklin could definitely get deep. One of them might have a long touchdown just based off how bad our secondary is. So if you do want to take a shot on a high upside guy, Mims and Franklin both have that potential this week. I'm not playing either of them though.
Agree. RJ Harvey. He's still just sitting, wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see. Because I think J.K. Dobbins is going to have a really good game.
Okay. I'm picking Denver here. I think it's going to be close, though.
I'm also picking Denver. I would probably pick them to cover.
Okay. Here we go.
It's 7, right? You said it's a 7-point favorite?
7, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think they win by a touchdown. Yeah.
An extra point. The Indianapolis Colts travel to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers are 1.5-point home favorites. Over under set at a cool 48.5.
Love it.
You'd see 48.5. That's the third highest over under of the week. I think all offensive guys are in play here. Yeah, Michael Pittman in play. I think you could take a shot at Alec Pierce. Josh Downs isn't playing; he's out.
Yeah, he's got a concussion.
Yeah, I would take a shot on. I would take a shot on Pierce over the Denver number 2s in Mims and Franklin. I would go Pierce.
My God, there's something about Pierce that just doesn't. I don't like him. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, that's what it is. He's a good ball player. I just don't think he's fantasy relevant. But almost everyone else, dude, like Danny Jones.
Tyler Warren's obviously in your lineup. Johnny Taylor.
Oh my God, dude.
They're locked.
If anyone's not starting Tyler Warren, please explain to me why you're not.
Yeah, I can't come up with a reason. You lose points if you start a tight end.
That's a league I would not be in. There are a couple people in our home league that would probably be like, yeah, I'm in that league. They're trying to ban tight ends from our league 2 years ago. Freaking wild.
Would you play Daniel Jones or Bo Nix? Asking for a friend who might be me.
Bo Nix, but it's close, dude. It's really close.
I've had Bo Nix in my lineup all week. I moved Danny Jones in today because I
made the Friday change
today because I think there's just more scoring opportunity in this game.
I get it.
Yeah. So I like Jones. I think Jones is a QB1 this week. Michael Pittman.
I mean, what quarterback are you going to in the game? You going Jones or Herbert?
I would lean.
Herbert's been struggling without that offensive line, dude.
Yeah, and then the running game doesn't help, even though Cavani Vidal was really good last week. I think I would lean Daniel Jones a little bit more rushing upside. I know Herbert's been running more than he has.
I agree.
I would lean Daniel Jones. That one's close.
Yeah,
but I would
lean Jones.
I would play both these quarterbacks over Bo Nix.
I'd go Jones and Bo over Herbert this week.
Okay. Yeah. Chargers side, Herbert's fine. Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson, they're all going to be out there. I'm not moving any of them out of my lineup, but I think Keenan Allen's the one I least want to play. I think Ladd's finally getting on the roll, and I think Quentin Johnson gives you the best big play opportunity. And the Colts have been really good against like slot receivers, so Keenan Allen and Ladd kind of interchange there, but I just think Ladd's getting hot, and I think Keenan would be the third of the options if I had to pick one of them.
I think I would go Keenan over Quentin Johnston just based off the hamstring injury. I'd let that settle for a week. I get he's full of practice today, but Allen's still seen 7 targets last week. I'll take that as a safe 4. But like you said, Johnston's got the way higher upside for sure.
Yeah. And in a shootout, that's kind of where I'm shooting there. Aranda Gadsden, I know he was really involved last week, but I think that was more lack of Quentin Johnson. But it's kind of been touch and go. We've seen games where he's been involved with the full arsenal in LA out there. So I think he's a stash, and if you have the bench spot, I would be fine stashing Aranda Gadsden, even playing him if you're desperate.
Yeah, we were talking about starts of the weeks before we actually started recording, and I brought up Gats, and he's someone just to keep an eye on. In a shootout, he could have a nice little game.
Kamani Vidal, and then we'll pick our winner here. Him or J.K. Dobbins?
Oh, Dobbins. Dobbins.
Do you think there's more Haskins this week, or do you think this is Kamani Vidal's backfield and Haskins' second fiddle?
Haskins' injury, dude. He
Oh, is he? Okay, I did not see.
Yeah, he's got a chest injury. He's questionable for Sunday, so I think it's Vidal's backfield this week. But I love the kid. I love him coming out. I just don't know how much I can trust him behind this. Not a great offensive line. It's not healthy right now. If the Chargers were fully healthy, I really, really don't think I would have to really second guess who I'd be picking this game. But that's how football works, dude. Any given Sunday.
Kamani Vidal or DeAndre Swift?
Vidal, Swift's hurt, injured. Well, he's questionable, but he'll be out there, but he's not fully go.
Agree. Breece Hall.
Oh, God. Kamani Vidal.
I would play Breece Hall.
Nope.
I would assume we both play Kamani Vidal over both, or whoever is the running back for the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah,
Michael
for sure.
Carter.
Bam Knight or Michael Carter.
Bam Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Who you going here? Chargers or Colts?
I wish the Chargers were healthy, man. They're in the same boat as like the Bucks and the Niners, dude. Like it's rough, but based off of injuries
all season,
give me Indianapolis. I think they're a legit team, dude. They're probably really close to the number one spot if I had to do a power ranking.
I refuse to give the Colts credit.
They're
good. They're much better, but I will not put them towards that number one spot. I think the Chargers win, though. I am going to pick the Chargers. I'm going to go a little different here. Yeah. Green Bay travels to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Packers are 7-point road favorites, over under set 44.5. I saw Marvin Harrison's good to go. Is there an update on Kyler Murray? He's still questionable?
He is still questionable.
Yeah, unclear. I mean, shoot.
Nothing's official.
The offense looked great with Jacoby Brissett. But
on paper, this should not be close. Like on paper, Green Bay should blow them out of the water, but the way football goes,
you never know.
I could really somehow see Arizona hanging in this game for no reason at all.
I mean, Brissett hung in against the Colts last week. Marv's going to be out there. He's a tough play. Like I would play the Chargers guys over him. I'd play
all three over Marv.
Yeah, I think I would take the shot on all three of them over Marv.
It was just like I think I would go Marv over Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston.
Okay.
Because it was a concussion. If it was like an ankle or a hamstring thing, once you clear concussion protocol, you're good to go. I'm not really worried about an injury flaring up mid-game.
No, that's fair. I just worry about either Kyler Murray not being healthy and being back there, and the offense just not functioning, or I worry about Jacoby Brissett pulling a Jacoby Brissett and not being able to run an offense, because that happens. Even though it was great last week,
for sure,
it could easily dud there. I don't love either of the running backs. I know we brought up both the Cardinals guys with Kamani Vidal, but I'm not confident starting either of them. Like Bam Knight to me is 2 touchdown dependent. Michael Carter is the one I would play, just because he's more involvement in the passing game.
Yep. Yeah, if I had to play one of them, it would be Michael Carter for sure.
Trey McBride, then he's obviously in your line. Green Bay side, Jordan Love's, I think, close to a QB1. I kind of hold him in the same bucket as Herbert, Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, the guys we just talked about.
I agree. Yep.
And Josh Jacobs, obviously, in your lineup.
So good.
Tucker Kraft also fine play this week. He's been a top 10 tight end the majority of the year.
I think Green Bay's just receivers.
I was going to say,
the real question.
Do you mess around with Romeo Doubs or Matthew Golden?
I think Romeo Doubs is a really good floor. He saw 9 targets last week, and then they had the bye, and then the week before he saw 8 targets. I think Romeo Doubs is good for at least 9 to 10 points floor-wise, and then his week versus Dallas, he dropped 30, so he showed that he has a good ceiling with this receiver room. He's probably the only one I'm cool playing.
Yeah. If I was a real underdog and needed just an upside guy, I would put Matthew Golden as my second flex guy, but I would lean Dobbs over Golden. And
really looking at Golden's stats, I was wrong. He's showed in full point PPR. He's gone 3 weeks where he's gone double digits. I really haven't been tracking Matthew Golden that way, but I think, like you said, he's a lower end double flex guy, but I would easily go Romeo Doubs over Golden. But I think both could be played. Yeah.
And then if you have an IR spot, try to get Christian Watson on there. He's going to be back
for
soon.
Sure. Get him. Or they opened his window 2 weeks ago or a week ago, so he has to be back in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think Green Bay wins this game. I don't think it's going to be close.
I agree. Hopefully it's not. Give me Green Bay.
Here we go. The Washington Commanders travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 1.5 point home favorites. The over under 54.5.
Dak Prescott, George Pickens,
CeeDee Lamb is
effect.
playing. So
hell yeah.
If you're CeeDee Lamb owners, you're thrilled. You're putting him back in your lineup. You're not worrying about him because, even with the potential of an injury flare up because it's an ankle, you don't want CeeDee Lamb on your bench putting up big points. Dak Prescott locked in your lineup. He's maybe QB1 this week. I think that's an absolutely fair assessment. George Pickens, obviously, in your lineup. Jake Ferguson in your lineup. Javonte Williams in your lineup. The Cowboys, easy. You're playing them all.
Yeah. I don't think you're sitting any Dallas starter this week. 100% agree.
Washington's a little more tricky because of injuries. Ja'Cory Croskey-Merrit, obviously in your lineup, you're not going to put him on your bench after seeing what Rico Dowdle just did to this defense. Jaden Daniels, obviously in your lineup. How do you feel about Luke McCaffrey? I think we brought him up last episode every time he gets an opportunity, he takes advantage of it. Where scoring a touchdown, getting a big play. The opportunity is there. Deebo Samuel might not play. Terry McLaurin's already out. Zach Ertz is questionable. I don't hate taking the dart on Luke McCaffrey.
I agree. I think it's a fun little experiment. He's scored a touchdown 3 of the last 4 weeks. He is their kick returner, so if your league has kick returning yards, go check that out. That's just extra points. He's getting free bonus yards. Almost 3 games in a row where he's at over 100 kick return yards. So he's really taking the ball out. He's scoring touchdowns on any opportunity they're really giving him. And like you said, no Terry McLaurin, possibly no Deebo, possibly no Zach Ertz.
And even if Deebo is out there, there's a chance he pulls a T. Higgins, and he's just not it. Because when they asked him about it, all he says is, we'll just have to wait and see. I don't like that. That is not a man who's confident he's going to be playing on Sunday.
I think Deebo or Zach Ertz, one of them will be out there, and I want to say the other one won't. I think one of them ends up missing. And I really think Luke McCaffrey has an opportunity here. So he's a fun little guy to mess around with this week for sure.
Yeah. Yep. I absolutely agree. And I think get him now because I think we're going to be
possibly going forward.
Washington has to keep him on the field because he has been a playmaker for them every chance he's gotten this year. You brought up, he was a top 100 pick in his class. Talented player. I agree. I think he's a sneaky, fun play. Deep leagues, if he's out there, go get him. Throw him in your lineup if you have the spot. Because I agree. I think there's opportunity for a big play here. I've seen people debate, is it Luke McCaffrey or is it Jalen Lane? I love Jalen Lane. He was a top 15 receiver for me in last year's class. It is Luke McCaffrey 10 out of 10 times for me. I wouldn't even consider picking Jalen Lane over him.
Yeah, Jalen Lane is their punt returner, but McCaffrey's seeing way more kick returner opportunities. And McCaffrey's scored in, like I said, 3 of the last 4 where Jalen Lane doesn't have any receiving touchdowns on the year. So I agree to the statement that it is McCaffrey's spot going forward if he has the opportunity. So I like to mess around with it.
Yeah. That it for this game?
I kind of think so. I think this is going to be the 2 best performing quarterbacks of the week. I think we have QB1, QB2 on the week in this game, both of them.
Agree. I think there's a good chance this hits the over. even at 54.5.
I
It's gonna be a 60,
100% agree.
60 dogger.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
think
picking
easily both teams could have 30
yeah.
points.
I'm picking the Cowboys though. I'm going home team.
I am also going Dallas.
Whoa, okay. Sunday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers.
Right.
Niners are 1.5 point home favorites. Over-unders at 47.5. Niners, it's going to be Mac Jones. George Kittle's back. Put him in your lineup. I don't care about the injury. Yeah, you're not keeping George Kittle on your bench. And then Kendrick Bourne. As long as Mac Jones is the quarterback and Ricky Pearsall's out, and we don't know about Juwan Jennings, Kendrick Bourne's in my lineup. So play him, especially with Mac Jones, like the connections there from the New England days. I think he's a good flex play this week. And then obviously Christian McCaffrey, lock him in. He's going to be a top 7 running back. He is every week as he continues to siphon health from this 49ers organization.
Yeah, I think you nailed San Fran spot on. McCaffrey easily locked in. Kendrick Bourne, like you said, dude, he has been so good in this offense the last 2 weeks. Him and Mac Jones have this kind of thing going on, and you love to see it. I'm easily starting him over Jennings. I'm probably not even starting Jennings, to be honest, if I had to really make a decision there.
Oh, I do see Jennings is going to play on Sunday.
Jennings is going to play. He's not even a question to tag.
He is the only Niners receiver to score a touchdown this year.
That is a very interesting fact. That is wild. And then, like you said, don't even worry about Kittle. He could easily be tight end 1 this week, his first week back.
Yeah. To me, he's tight end 1 rest of season.
Yeah. I really like Tyler Warren, dude.
That's fair.
He's a boat, bro.
He's a yacht. He's the yacht. Atlanta, they're also easy. To me, it's just Bijan Robinson and it's Drake London. I'm not messing around with Kyle Pitts. I know he's tight end 15 on the year. I don't care. Darnell Mooney is probably back, but not enough that I want to start him.
Yeah, the Falcons are feeling good, quote for quote, about Darnell Mooney playing Sunday night. That is their term.
He could play, not in my fantasy lineups.
No, exactly. He won't be on my squad, but he can be on Atlanta. Yeah, dude, like you said, Bijan and Drake London. Drake London has been a dog, and people haven't. He's been like the last 2 weeks. Obviously, he had the bye week in between.
I know. A few episodes ago, I asked you if you would rest of season Drake London or Nico, and you picked Nico, and I have Drake London in our home league, and I was considering offering that trade. I think the Tides would. I think now you'd probably lean Drake London.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks, it's 8 for 110 and a tutty, and then last week was 10 for 158 and a tutty. He's wide receiver 1 last week, wide receiver 5 the week, 2 weeks before that because of the bye week in between. But Drake London going forward is probably like a wide receiver 6.
Yeah,
he is towards the top. He's so good.
These last 2 performances from London are what I expected when I had him as my wide receiver 4 on my early rankings. But yeah, for Atlanta, it's just those 2 guys, London, Robinson, and move on. I agree.
Well, you're not messing with your boy Kyle Pitts, brother. His 3 for 18 last week isn't anything spicy enough for you?
I have Kyle Pitts in 1 or 2 leagues, and I was going to drop him, but his rest of season schedule is all green matchups like after San Francisco. So
it is.
I think
and
Kyle
he's had
Pitts
his bye week, which is nice.
Yeah, he's still worth rostering. I just don't like the matchup this week. But it wouldn't surprise me if he does find some luck with no Fred Warren, so maybe we do get a big Kyle Pitts play, but I'm not confident enough to play him, but I will absolutely keep him on my roster going forward just because of how juicy his schedule is.
Yeah, for sure. Go. He should be on rosters, and with Mooney back this week, I'm cool sitting him just because I want to see the involvement of Mooney, the involvement of Kyle Pitts going forward. But
back.
I don't know if anything's really necessarily better for Kyle Pitts. So
I mean, yeah, you're not. This is a tough one to pick. I think the Niners win the game.
Disagree.
But like
give me
Atlanta's such
Atlanta.
Atlanta's such a weird team. They beat Buffalo, but then they got mollywopped by the Panthers.
Hey, Carolina's about to mollywop the Jets. So
was I right on the Panthers? Was I right?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're all right. They're fun at least. Give me Atlanta in this game.
Okay, I'm picking the Niners.
Atlanta's defense is legit this year. getting to the quarterback.
They are much better than I thought they were going to be.
Mac Jones is going to get hit a lot this game. I like Atlanta's chances.
Okay. Monday Night Football, we got 2 games. Tampa Bay, the Bucks travel to Detroit to take on the Lions. That's a good one. The Bucks would be my top team. I think they're the best team in football right now.
I would assume this is the highest over-under.
No, the Cowboys game was at 54. This is second. 52.5. Lions are 5.5 point home favorites. Detroit, obviously, Amon-Ra in your lineup. I think Jared Goff, I hold him in the same kind of bucket as Jordan Love, Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert, just kind of in that low-end QB1 to, you're in. Okay, so you have both those guys.
I was going to go Goff for my play of the week. I forgot I picked him last week, and I have this thing where I don't want to go back-to-back. And he had a really good... That's because Jordan Love shit the bed the first week. Goff did not last week, so that's why I did not take him. I'm a man of my word and principles. So I honestly think Jared Goff could be QB1 on this week. I think this game could hit 80 points total. I think both of these teams could score 40 points. Okay. I think Goff's in. I think this is a 4 to 5 touchdown Goff game. This is the game.
Okay. I mean, it could be a shootout. That's usually when he does have those games. It is tough to run on Tampa Bay, but they do struggle in the passing game against running back. So Jahmyr Gibbs, it hasn't happened
this week. Yeah,
like we're waiting for that big Jahmyr Gibbs. Like you drafted him in the first round game. We haven't seen it yet. I think there's a good opportunity.
It's all coming this week. Everything's coming. Like Mike Evans is back this week.
Yes, I am great for Tampa Bay, especially
excited for this game
because Ibuka's probably not playing. I know they've been like real coy about it. Have they announced that he's out yet?
Not officially, but he did not practice again today. He's not playing.
He's not playing. And just rule him out to make it easier for fantasy. Bucky Irving, I haven't heard anything on him. I don't think he's playing either. So Rachaad White.
Bucky's not playing.
Okay, Rachaad White's a tough play. It's really hard to do anything running back wise against the Lions, but the volume's there for him. I think it's tough to pull him from your lineup because he has been really good for fantasy these past 2 weeks. He's been top 10 play in full PPR. Mike Evans, put him in your lineup, lock him in. Do you mess around with one of the other receivers, Tez Johnson, Cameron Johnson, Sterling Shepard?
Yeah, I think you have to, just based off the over-under of this game and how many points I think are going to be scored. I would go Tez Johnson if I had to go one of them, but I like White too. I like every single player in this game. That's like starting-wise.
I would also lean Tez Johnson of that group. Kate Otten, you could probably stream him if you want. I don't hate it.
Cool playing him. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then on the Detroit side, Gibbs obviously in your lineup. Montgomery's a fine play. Amon-Ra in, Sam Laporta in, Jameson Williams. If you're projecting a shootout, which this game could be, Jameson Williams is a good play as well.
Yeah, coming off of last week where he tied his career high in receptions. He had 6 for 66 and a touchdown. He has the number of the beast right there for Jameson Williams. So I'm cool with it, man. So. Miami scored. Everyone in this game, dude. Like, honest to God, I'm so excited for this Monday night game. It's
play
I'm
your Bucks
not even going to watch the next one.
Yeah, well, I'll be in bed for the next one. Who wins here?
I'll be in bed. Who wins? Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Bucks are my Super Bowl.
I wanted to go Detroit, but I think Tampa gets it done, dude. Baker's the MVP if I had to pick one.
Right now. I absolutely agree.
Right now.
Detroit's playing better than I thought they were going to be this year.
For sure.
I was wrong about that. Sure. They're definitely a top 5 to 7 team in the league. No questions. Final Monday night game.
I would have both of these teams probably in my top 5. Tampa Bay for sure. Detroit's right on the cusp of like a 4, 5, 6 range.
Houston, the Texans travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Nice 10 p.m. Eastern time game. I will watch an hour of that. Seahawks are 3-point home favorites. Over under set at 41.5. Seattle's defense is banged up, so I don't hate CJ Stroud as a streaming option. I think Nico Collins is a great play. I think you should monitor Christian Kirk. He's been more involved than I thought he would be. And it's really sorting out that Texans backfield. Like, Woody Mark should absolutely be rostered and on your team. I don't know if I'm playing him this week, but I do think the tide changes, and it does become Woody Mark's backfield over Nick Chubb. I just think we were a week or two early. I know we projected against Baltimore, but he just wasn't needed. But in a game where like they could be down here, Seattle's a really good team. I think this is more of a Woody Marks game than a Nick Chubb game.
What? It's crazy that we thought a guy that's seen 23 touches in a game would get the lead backfield, especially when the coach comes out and says, hey, I think blank player can handle more. And then he lies blatantly to our face, gives him 10 less carries. He gives him 0 receptions, and Nick Chubb's the starter. I'm not starting either guy. Both guys should be on rosters and just see how it falls into place.
Agree. But you're starting Nico, obviously.
Nico or Mike Evans. Asking for a friend.
Nico Collins. Brian Thomas Jr. just ripped apart this Seahawks defense.
Mike Evans also coming back. I love the shootout in Tampa Bay, but oh man, that's rough. I'm going to I hate that DK shit the bed on Thursday, but I still feel confident that I would play DK versus Cincinnati. That matchup you had to play DK was coming off a huge week. I don't know, man. Mike Evans, Nico, I'm in that actual predicament in our home league, and I think I'm going to end up shooting myself in the foot regardless of who I play, so it doesn't matter.
I was able to pick up Mike Evans in my money league. They dropped him. So my receiving crew in my money league it's George Pickens, Rashee Rice, who I've just had all year.
Hey, welcome back,
Portland,
baby.
Portland Sutton, Devonta Smith. Like I'm so loaded that like Mike Evans is like my 4th receiver.
Hey,
so I understand
something.
Not playing. Yeah, like the minute I saw he was dropped, I'm like, I don't need a receiver, but I'm picking up Mike Evans.
It's like, Mike Evans, dude. He's been an absolute fantasy dog for the last decade. It's insane that someone would drop it.
I'll trade him if I have to. I also have George Kittle and Tucker Kraft, so now I'm just like overloaded.
Stacked
with.
Hey man,
yeah, it's a good problem to have. Okay, Seattle, Houston, we agree. Christian Kirk again. I would monitor his involvement. He's been involved here against Baltimore. He was like 6 for 40. So
he was added to the injury report an hour ago with a hamstring injury. So
of course he was.
Yep.
Never mind. Fuck Christian.
Never mind.
My New York Jets. He's my New York Jets. I was just
about to say he's your New York Jets.
I hate that guy.
Oh, that's so funny.
Seattle, Jackson Smith and Jigba locked in your lineup. He's good. He's great. AJ Barner's a fine, not flex play, streamable option at tight end. Your dude, big man. The Seattle running game. Mike McDonald came out. He's like, yeah, we want to be more efficient in the running game. Kenneth Walker is your most efficient runner. Zach Charbonnet is balls. 32% of Zach Charbonnet's runs are like 0 yards. He's not efficient. He's a better vision runner, but Ken Walker has been their more efficient running back. So if you want to say that you want to be more efficient as a runner, but if you want to say that you want to be more efficient in the running game, Ken Walker has been efficient compared to Zach Charbonnet. Compared to Charbonnet, no one has more 0-yard runs. 32% of Zach Charbonnet's runs are 0 yards or less. 32%.
And I'm sure if you do Ken Walker's negative yard runs, they're probably skyrocketed because that guy loses 7 yards and then gets 10 of it back.
It's 0 or lower. 32% of Charbonnet's runs are 0 or less. That hasn't been the case.
I don't think either guy. I think they're honest to God the perfect split back. You put both these guys together, it's a good running back. Charbonnet's got the vision. Ken Walker's got the explosiveness. I don't like either guy personally, but fantasy wise, I'm playing Ken Walker just because he has the ceiling.
Yeah. See, to me, Ken Walker has been so much better than Charbonnet this year.
I don't even
think it's been close. If you want to use analytics, Ken Walker is the 5th, highest graded running back per PFF. So analytically, Ken Walker has been good this year. Zach Charbonnet is averaging 2.7 yards a carry. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not claiming Ken Walker to be the best running back in football. I'm just claiming he's better than Charbonnet. I think he gives the Seahawks offense a better opportunity to move the ball in the running game than Zach Charbonnet is. But I
disagree
because
he can't. He's just wildly inconsistent with it. They're both not good. Like, both of these guys are not starting running backs in the NFL. They're both change of pace backs. They're both backups in my eyes.
Yeah. See, I think Walker's a start. He's averaging almost 5 yards a carry this year.
I disagree.
Like,
yeah, but he's had 3 games where he's had under 2 yards a carry.
I will take that back and forth compared to just Zach Charbonnet's always running into the line. At least this year.
Yeah, I don't want either of it. Yeah. Give me Houston's backfield over. I like Walker's explosiveness. I hate the way he runs the ball. I did not like Charbonnet coming out of UCLA, and I still don't like him now. I don't like either of Seattle's backs.
Okay. I think Ken Walker is much better for fantasy, and he's much better for
If I had to play one of them fantasy wise, it would be Ken Walker. But I see why Seattle is playing Ken Walker or Charbonnet as much as they are. Like, I get it. I don't want either of those guys out there for a full workload, so I would have to split the carries.
And anyone else in the Seattle passing game? Is it just JSN and no one else that you're playing?
Cooper Kupp's been. He had a touchdown last week that really saved his week, but the week before that, he was 6 for 59 on 9 targets. You love to see the 9 targets. He's seen 9 targets twice this year. If you're in like a bind and you have to play Cooper Kupp, he's got a decent little floor. And then Torrey Horton's got the higher ceiling.
Yeah. Sam Darnold, him or CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud. I like CJ Stroud a lot this week. I think he's a nice little flex guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I would lean Stroud as well, but I think you could play Darnold in a pitch.
I think you could play, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because, like, obviously, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson on bye weeks, you're finding a quarterback. So I don't hate either of them. Again, same bucket as, the Herbert, but I would have them a little bit lower.
I would have them right under all of those guys we've talked about. They'd be the bottom
of the bucket.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Who wins here on Monday going into Tuesday? On the East Coast.
On this midnight time.
Tuesday morning game. Tuesday morning football.
I think Seattle pulls it off. I think they're a better overall team than Houston. So,
yeah,
give me Seattle.
I also think the Seahawks win this game. All right. That'll do it, right? I'm not missing anything?
I don't know, dude.
I always forget something. Well, no, because we're not doing Thursdays. Thursdays are on Tuesdays. That's, yeah. All right. That's my reminder. All right. There it is. Drafted Up Podcast. You know where to find us. Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like, rate, subscribe, review, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate the support. The Thursday episodes are a little bit longer than our Tuesday ones, but not too bad today. We
it was kind of a little bad, but we're here for a good time, man, and a long time. We're here for both.
Yeah. All right. That's Nick. I'm Theo. This is Draft Up Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Go get those
week 8.
Put in the comments. Put in the comments your plays of the week. Put them in the comments.
You started. You got it. Good job, buddy.
Comments. We'll be back with prospect stuff. Put a prospect in it. If you want us to watch somebody, I'll watch them for you, and I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, put your prospect. We'll bring back the prospect spotlight series next week. Put your comments in your plays of the week. Tell us if you like ours. Tell me I'm an idiot that I'm playing Chigakonkwo out here as a play of the week.
I like it.
We'll catch you guys. Adios.
But yeah, man, week 7 this week, back for week 8 next week. Good luck, everyone. Bye.